Hello. Hello. In 2006, my friend Gen came to me and said, Fred, YouTube's just been sold to Google for £1 billion. We got to make a website, Fred. You learn to program, and we are going to make billions. Well, we didn't make billions. But when I learned to program, I was surprised to discover that programming is actually quite a lot like philosophy. Programmers are like philosophical engineers. We build machines out of logic. And we don't need to worry about things like gravity, because every software program is like a little self-contained virtual reality world where anything that is logically possible is possible. And the only limit is the speed of logic processing. Plato thought the whole universe itself was made of logic, and everything that we experience is just a shadow of the eternal logical forms. So, for example, for every chair in the world, there is the form of the chair, and every chair is an instance of that. And for every red thing in the world, it's just an instance of the form of red. Now, literally, Plato's probably wrong. Forms are probably not part of the fabric of reality. But he's right in his intuition that we perceive the world as being made of forms. We put things into categories. So if I talk about a tree, you can imagine a tree. If I talk about justice, you know what I'm talking about. In software, we have something similar to forms called classes. Now, forms are blueprints for objects in the world. Classes are blueprints for digital objects in a computer program. So, for example, we might have a class for drawing triangles and a class for drawing red things, and we can use them together to draw a red triangle. And when we have a large software program and we need to organize it, we break down all the different functionalities into the simplest possible components, and that's how we know what our classes should be. Surprisingly, it's a similar mental process when Plato talks about concepts like truth, beauty, and justice. He breaks things down to their simplest, most essential characteristics to find out what the forms are. Now, more than ever, we must understand what justice really means, because we are increasingly building machines that make life and death decisions. That's why Plato would program. He thought we should be ruled by truth and justice, not by opinions and whims. And taking humans out of the equation could help us get there. But a better world is only possible if we keep the true nature of justice in our minds when we program the machines. If all we do is make a copy of human moral behavior, we could make the world worse. For instance, right now we're programming self-driving cars that make life and death decisions the same way humans do. And we don't even know why they make the decisions this way. And in the United States justice system, people's lives are changed forever because a machine said that they were risky. But we don't know why the machine said that, because it's a black box. Plato would tell us, do not use machine learning to make some lifeless replica of human moral behavior, or we will just teach the machines our ignorance and our biases. We are setting down the rules of justice in practice into the future. So don't take a shortcut. Use philosophy to find the best rules for us to govern our lives. This is ethical philosophy at scale. And that is a truly awesome responsibility. Thank you.